Cheers, Chris. I've calmed down now. Keep it together. Yes, the Scottish prepper, Chris. The infamous bottle of whiskey that you sent out 2 or 3 months ago. To be honest, Chris has got enough on his plate. Okay, he's got a battle on at the moment, of which he's hitting head on. So, quite why he's decided on reaching into his pocket and sending me something. It just tells you the heart of the bloke. Okay, so sent me a parcel. It went awry. Sent me another one, and obviously being out all day, he found out via UPS, UPD, that it bounced back because I wasn't in. So don't worry. I said it's going to be now delivered to a shed or neighbour or something. So it's right. So got the ticket when I arrived home. So the neighbours. Nobody else. I went to pick it up about an hour ago, and just literally stood there on the porch for about a minute. Show you what Chris has sent. Scottish prepper. See you in a minute. Yeah. Calm down now. An oscillating spindle sander. So I think it was his round. I think it goes up and down, being that it's oscillating. So I got this stage here that I can get all manner of profiles done. You know, I can brute them out on the sander, but just to get the finesse, this stage is going to make a massive difference. And you can get all of these drums easy enough. Chris, I'll send you something in the post that'll help you out. Box of gloves helps out. Yeah. I mean, you know, big old masking, that helps out. This, it's the grinder all over again. It's just constantly what's the word, it just brings it home that there's a lot of you out there think a hell of a lot of me, and it means a lot. It's keep it together, man. If you fire it up and have a play. Spoon tweed. So is it, bad boys? We're men. We don't read instruction manuals. We just... Bloody hell! That's the drum. Oh, that's got some mass to it. I can make the smell of rubber in the morning. I'm getting soaked here. What's this? 5" 13mm. Polystyrene, can go back in there. Put a touch of grease on there. Ooh, honey. You're a plug. We'll get an adapter in a minute, right? Goggles. Oh, it's massive. Right. Find a plug or a shaver point. Okay, so I've got a shaver point down there to put the 2-pin Euro Universal Czechoslovakian plug. Just started to put the sleeves, because these are called the sleeves, probably 80 or 60, I think. It's got 80 all over it, yeah. 80 grit sleeves, so it's soaked here. So there's these rubber drums. They fit quite readily over the rubber bungs like this, because what happens is when you crush that nut down, you'll have a couple of washers on it, and what that does is it'll compress the rubber and it'll swell up and grip onto the sleeve both ways. So let's have a go at the middle one. So spanner. So got a brake on it so I can undo it. Yep. So all well greased. I went for the risk assessments on these things at the school and I couldn't be bothered to implement all the procedures of extraction and guarding and all the rest of it for kids. Plus it's a rotary tool, so it's like a router. When you use a router and the bit is spinning, you've got climb and weird things going like that. So the way you actually use it, you need to appreciate whether you're on that side of the cutter or that side of the cutter. So you actually introduce the cutter to the wood in a way that's conducive to it operating quite happily without you sat there butting it in and it dragging you away with it. So on here, I mean, is it 450 watt? It's not going to really run away with me, but what a bit of kit. Okay, cast iron top, going nowhere. So let's put, that should go on there like that. Okay, I'll make sure that's about right. Now I need its mate with the top cover. So obviously smallest looking ring, and there's housings there on the side. At the front it's got all the storage for all these little rings. So they've got little slots here, and they've got towers at the back these things sit on. So if I go there, the second one, that's the smallest one, so that'll go there. And 2, 3, 4, 5. What I'm looking at is like that one. No, slightly the next one bigger. There, 2 inch, and it's got looks like spin indicators. Do you see arrows on there? Yeah, there we go. Gives you an idea of which way around it's going to spin. Should fit there. There's a 1mm So that base, I need to pack that out with about 1 millimetre, so a little bit of card or a piece of sheet, mild or something. How did you pick that up? You got a little hook or something? Where's the spanner? Don't need on without it. So I'll put that in there. That comes up. Yeah, I'll put a 1 mil piece of solid there, and then that will be central. It will be flat level with the actual base. No problem. Goes there. And then we're looking at, oh, that's a big ass washer. It looks to be big one, big flat. And one of them. About underneath. Got 2 left over. What the hell? Right. I thought so. Must be somewhere else. There's there. That level. Yep. Flat. Split washer. And nut. It actually seems to be magnetically braked to some extent. Hold that still. Okay, so it's gripping. As I'm screwing that down, it's crushing the big washer, bringing it down and swelling the rubber. That should be fine. I expect there's a hole somewhere. And as it turns, there's like dogs inside. So as the motor runs, one shaft is slightly smaller off of the belt than another. So this happens because this one's turn is slightly faster. He has to ride up and down the other ones, and that's what gives like that. So that rides up and down. Like the horses on the carousel up and down. That motor's pretty nice. So for all manner of tasks, an oscillating drum sander, cast iron base, lovely plastic housing. I expect they make them blue for Shapak, green for Ryobi, orange for Triton. You just put their own little thing on. So there's probably 1 million of these in the world, and we've ironed out all the problems, and they're probably going to go on for about 3 years. Absolutely no problem whatsoever. Lovely. Possibly a little sharp right there. Love it. Sand that down. Chris. Thank you, Chris. That's. I don't think I'd have shelled out and bought one of these. I'd have struggled on. Because spindle sander's one thing, but an oscillating one just allows you to not wear that ruddy sleeve out because you're stuck in the same spot. A belt facer at work that I got, it's a monster, but when you put, where's that stock? There, when you put that on, like there, you wear 18 mil out of that, or you got to stack it up on stuff to use the rest of the abrasive. So you'll wear that out, and you'll make the belt ruined at that point, which means you can't do long faces because that's working and that isn't. But the fact that it's going up and down means you actually travel. That stays cooler. It's a far better option when it comes to using spindle sanders when it oscillates. Oh, it's brilliant. Oh, it's brilliant. That's a small one there. Chris, Scottish prepper. Fantastic, thank you. It's got for Wessex blade. I was expecting a present. What am I gonna do with you, Lolly? Awesome. It's bloody awesome.